And I wanted to tell the audience that we do have Will I.am from London. He has just finished like 3 hours ago filming The Voice. He's a judge on the British version of The Voice. So hopefully he's going to come up. You know, I've gotten to know Will over the last couple of, there he is. He can't see us, but he could hear us. So let's give him a big round of applause. Okay, so Will, I could see you. Am I speaking loud enough that you could hear me? Can you shake your head? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yay! Okay, so Will, we know him for obviously his skill set with the Black Eyed Peas. Oh yeah. But what many of you might not know about Will is that Justin told me I'm allowed to say this. He's kind of a geek. He's really, really tech savvy. He is incredibly futuristic in his thinking about how technology can help change not only neighborhoods like Boyle Heights, but neighborhoods all over the globe. He's done his work internationally. He has so many I.am. different programs. And what Will is going to focus on, I'm sure it's going to be a mirage of different topics, but really how technology, in his view, is the ticket out of poverty. And you know, to underserved kids, and thank you so much for your presence. I'm so impressed with your maturity. And we're going to turn it over to Will, and then maybe, you know, just close at the end. Thanks. Thanks, Will. You have to talk now.
Come again? Say that again?
It's your turn. You've got 10 minutes.
Oh, so sorry. There's the delay. So first off, I want to tell all the kids that joined the I.am. College Track in Boyle Heights that I'm really, really proud of you guys. Thank you guys so much for making this dream and idea possible, because if it wasn't for your dedication, discipline, and you guys coming up and dedicating yourself to want to learn and aim towards excellence, we wouldn't be able to have a I.am. College Track, right? But after watching movies like Waiting for Superman and seeing firsthand how the neighborhood I come from is in shambles, not in shambles in a way like I'm not proud of my neighborhood. I'm proud of where I come from. I'm so proud that I feel like it's important that when I travel the world and I see people doing amazing things like Lorraine Jobs in her college track, that, you know, I ask everybody that's doing amazing programs if they could help me out where I'm from. So Lorraine Jobs is so open-minded to considering taking a program that was in the Bay Area down to Southern California to Boyle Heights. And I was crossing my fingers that kids in my neighborhood wanted to join. Like, it's one thing to be like, yo, take your program to my neighborhood, but what if the kids didn't want to do it? So for all the kids that are there at I.am. College Track, thank you so much. Thank you, Enrique. Thank you, Justin Pascal. Thank you, Lily. All the folks that help out from Boyle Heights. And thank you, everybody at College Track. The reason why I wanted to, go and change and transform my neighborhood is because I love where I come from. And I care about the youth, that they have opportunities to succeed in the future, because the music industry isn't what it was when I was, their age, wanted to be a musician. At that point in time, we had record stores, and it was an option out of the ghetto. And athletics shouldn't be the only thing that takes a kid out of the ghetto. It should be robotics, technology, it should be science, engineering, mathematics, not to where they leave the ghetto, but this time transform and change the ghetto to a nice neighborhood. Like, imagine Google came from Boyle Heights. Boyle Heights would not be the ghetto anymore. Imagine Twitter came from Boyle Heights. Boyle Heights would not be a ghetto anymore. A big industry, companies that changed the world came from the neighborhood I came from. So that's why, putting STEAM in Boyle Heights, that's my big mission now, is people like Dean Kamen. Hey, Dean Kamen, I'm doing this thing with Lorraine Jobs. Can we put a robotics team in Boyle Heights? Hey, Jack Dangerman, I love your Esri program and the code and the tools that you have for these for people to learn, not just kids. You know, he didn't think of putting these tools in youth education. That wasn't what it was for. Sorry, my light died. It's not. I have no battery, no left. But um, you know, now these kids are learning how to build GIS maps using Esri tools. But I haven't stopped, you know, traveling the world and figuring out what type of programs I could couple and cluster to make Boyle Heights, you know, something that we could, you know, use as a blueprint. That cluster, Esri maps, college track, um, California endowment, U.S. first, and then take that cluster and then take it to Detroit, take it to Brooklyn, Fifth Ward, Mississippi. That I don't want to invent new programs. There's a lot of programs out there, but the combination of programs is is like the power of the cluster. Getting kids to go to college, not just to go to college, but to graduate, but go to college, to come out of college, creating jobs. The last thing I want to do is send kids from my neighborhood to college and they have debt. I want these kids to come out and create jobs in the neighborhood. You know, me and Enrique, we share the same passion. And, you know, I travel a lot. I wish I could be there with you guys, but when I travel, I make sure you know, if I find somebody that's doing amazing things, I inspire them to consider taking that amazing thing to my neighborhood. And I encourage anybody that comes from a bad neighborhood to do the same thing, because people want to help. They just don't know how to do it, right? So it's just being an arrow and pointing where things are needed. And the kids in Boyle Heights are proof that when you give them a tool or you encourage them, I don't know why the LA Unified School District only divvies up a certain amount of money for kids in my neighborhood, but my kids in my neighborhood are proving that they deserve a better investment. And thank you so much for this opportunity to come and talk about my passion. Thank you so much for opening the doors at your university for you know, my kids to come up and talk, to show that people do care, want to help out, you know. And thank you so much, Chase, for allowing us and to do all the work that we're doing. Thank you so much, College Track. Thank you, everyone, all you students, for being an inspiration for me to continue to do this stuff. Booyah! I'm out.
And
Thank you, Will.
thank you so much to Will. Thank you, Enrique. Thank you, panel. Thank you, David. And good luck.
Thank you,
we'll
Lois.
be watching you.
Thank you.